east side of Indianapolis, East Washington Street, just west of Sherman. There's a DUI checkpoint up here, and I've got a new driver driving on his learner's permit here. We're going to see if we can get caught up in this and see if they do it correctly or if they violate the laws. So they're letting a lot through right now. We'll see if they let us through. We might come back around. Yep. Looks like we're going to come back around. So drive, turn down here on Sherman. Let's see who we have in the house. A couple people in here. A thumbs up. We're here. Got buddy learning, getting his. He's got his learner's permit, getting his hours in so he can get his driver's license. And we just got waved through the DUI checkpoint. We're going to try it. We're going to go over again and see if they pull us over, because we'd like to see how they're doing their procedures and making sure they're doing them correct and not forcing people to ID and talk and all that stuff. So, you go where that car's coming out of the parking lot. Yeah. You're going to go all the way here and you'll be able to turn right. And if we don't get pulled over this time, don't get pulled in this time, we'll actually pull over and go up to where the checkpoint is over there and just video them watching them. But it's I think it'd be a good experience for our new driver to learn how to properly stand up for his right to not incriminate himself in any way. Not that there's anything to incriminate, but we know that anything you say can and will be used against you. That happens to innocent people too. So, as a former police officer, I can tell you that talking to the police does not help you. Have this camera down a little bit because they may not wave us in simply because they don't want to be on camera. So, stand by.
Looks like they're pulling some over.
Alright. They're waving them through again. Let's see if they wave. Slow way down, slow way down. Give them every opportunity to pull you in. Through. All right, so this time we're going to go. Yeah, let's go in this parking lot here. It's fine. Let's go pull over around here. Yeah, let's pull in one of these spots on the side here, or just go ahead and go. Just go ahead and go on out there and park. Park anywhere in here. It doesn't have to be in a space. Just park anywhere. All right, we're going to go out and see how they're doing this.
Should I leave my wallet?
No, just leave it in the car. Lock it. They're already talking about me. I've been not doing this for a while, and Let's see if we can count how many officers they've got here.
I count 9 at least so far.
And he just dropped something. Good morning. We've got at least 12 officers out here. Great use of resources. Multiple agencies. I'm against DUI as much as anybody, but the reality is that this is an incredible waste of resources. Out there. It's 12 plus however many are out there.
Yeah, I counted some out there.
12 up here right now. Probably somebody sitting in those cars. So.
I don't know if there's any cars.
Yeah.
Can't really tell.
Yeah. I wish I had a better video view of this where I can actually see his eyes, but he's not doing it right. That's not how you do the horizontal or the vertical high stegmatus test. Best advice when going through a checkpoint is you don't roll your windows down for them. You talk to them through the closed window. You don't give them ID. Don't play their game. I'm for catching DUIs, but you catch them on the street when they're driving drunk. .375 NXB police car unmarked. Yeah, they're just letting them through. I think they may be ending it. Here it is, 6:17, and maybe they're going to do a shift change or something. I don't know, but they were doing this earlier in the day. It's kind of an odd time to do it. Usually you do it in the evening when people are, driving drunk. Higher percentage of people. So the guy in the plain clothes over here is probably with the prosecutor's office. They generally have an attorney of the prosecutor's office out at these here in Indianapolis to try to make sure they don't violate your rights. And so you just, if you know your rights, then they won't violate them, but they will try to trick you into forfeiting your rights, get you into consensual conversations. Yeah, so here's there are two more over here. 14 that we know for sure out here. So, this guy, he rolled his window down. They're looking all around, trying to find something. For which, this guy just ran over a cone.
Kind of rope or banding, either the car hit or something, slinged out to that something.
Yeah. Well, so they had an obstruction out there that was not really clearly visible. Yeah, they're going to let them go on, fortunately, which is good. And you put something out as an obstruction and it's not clearly easily visible. That's because the cone is visible, but the whatever type of strap that was to it wasn't. He's doing his best to block my view. The more he talks, the more he's getting himself in trouble. Well, folks, the lesson is you don't talk to strangers. And by the way, police officers are strangers. I should know, I used to be one. I'm open carrying, by the way. Just pulled my shirt up over the behind my gun so that it's clearly visible. Indiana was a constitutional carry state. We can carry concealed or open. Acting like he's his friend.
Almost caused an accident.
Yep. That'll make a good thumbnail. All those cops walking up together. The more you talk to him, the worse it gets. I wouldn't talk to him anymore. By the way, there is no penalty for refusing a field sobriety test. So if all you did was pull in, leave your windows rolled up, they don't smell anything, there's no evidence. So, just saying, they need to be out there doing, catching DUIs by observing them on the street, not rounding up and inconveniencing all sorts of innocent people. Guy's already got his window down. So they're going to make him drive through this parking lot that is just full of holes and damaged vehicles. Oh, I think they won't now because they've seen our car. They're not gonna do that. Let me look at the comments here. Hey, how's it going, Bell Admin? McGee. Alright. Line 1, how's it going? Just a guy having fun, alright. Good to see you guys. Yeah, so what the courts have said is that as long as it's only a slight inconvenience, they allow it. I don't know if you've seen the video when I went through one where I'm just not going to play their game, and the officer, she told me she wasn't going to play my game, and I said, well, I mean, you're the one who invited me to this thing. Yeah, I can see one here. Yeah, so the best way to get through it quickly is just keep your mouth shut. Don't roll your window down. They don't see you driving in any erratic way. There's really not much they can do. They ask you for identification or ask you to roll your window. You ask them what crime do you suspect me of committing. So the reason they're on a pattern of who they stop, and so if this bus falls within that pattern, they let it go, then that means they're being selective, and so they're kind of forced into a situation where they have to check. And the fact that so they're not going to have the bus drive through here. It'd be a really hard thing for that bus to do. But there have been bus drivers that have driven drunk, so I think the best way to catch drunk drivers is to actually observe them driving. Yeah, they can ask you if you've had any alcohol, but you don't have to answer any questions. That's what I did when they asked me. I don't answer questions. Who's calling me?
I don't know, not me.
I heard somebody yell my name.
Somebody else's name is probably the same name.
I don't hear it.
I heard it. I don't think they're calling you. I'm not good at this.
did want you to know I'm a carpet layer for 33 years. I just laid 130 yards of carpet with furniture. So I'm really everything about this city.
It's like a document.
I think this guy's gonna get hooked up. This guy did not pass, but he has some physical issues, so they're gonna do a PBT, portable breath test. It's not admissible in court, but they are fairly accurate and will give the officer an idea of whether or not he is intoxicated.
He did say he had just one beer,
Yeah.
but he just got off working.
Yeah, if he's only had one beer, he's probably not at the legal limit. But, okay, so he's .01, so he's good. I'm gonna see if this guy will talk to me. Hey, sir, I'll tell you how you can avoid getting hassled by him next time.
I'm sorry?
Come here, I'll tell you how you can avoid getting hassled by him next time. I've done it myself. When you go through the checkpoint, don't roll your window down. Ask them if they suspect you of a crime. If they don't, they've got no right to get your ID, or they have no reason that they can't demand, in Indy's case, can't demand you answer any questions. You pay alcohol, I don't answer questions.
And then they'll let me go?
They have to. They have to, unless they can smell alcohol, which they can't if you keep your window rolled up.
I was honest, and I only had one beer.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And I told them I laid carpet for 33 years.
Yeah, I
and
heard
if
you.
I can't do all this, it ain't because I'm drunk.
Yeah.
My legs are
Well,
jittery.
that was spared out by the PBT, so they showed that you were really low on alcohol content. So,
Yeah.
but that'll avoid the hassle if you just
What do you say, 0.1? That's nothing?
.01.
Oh, that's what mine was.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
.01, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
.08
that was one beer.
.08 is the legal limit in Indiana. .05 is evidence of intoxication, but it's not strong evidence, it's just evidence. But .08 is what they call prima facie evidence. So you just don't play their game, and you don't have to roll your window down, you don't have to talk to them, you don't have to listen, you have to stop, but they can't hold you for very long.
You wanted to get me if I was drinking, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, hey, thank you.
All
I'll
right,
remember
man.
that.
You have a good one,
Appreciate
man. All right. Clearly was not driving drunk.
I'm forgetting my phone. You got me coming over here. Taking pictures?
Oh, did they stop you?
No. I had to take pictures of that thing. and
Oh, okay.
everything.
Yeah.
You
I'm live streaming Indy News on the street. We watch, stop watching, make sure they behave themselves.
Oh, shoot, they already had one for the lady. Well, I'm going to go through that way. Shit, they cut it straight through. I'm going back the way I went.
Yeah. Best way to avoid the hassle: don't roll down your window. Don't answer their questions. Seriously, you're not required to. You're not required to answer their questions. You're not required to answer their questions.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're not required to answer their questions. You've got a right to remain silent. Fifth Amendment. You've got a right to not incriminate yourself.
They told me to stop and pull over.
Oh yeah, you got to stop and pull over, but that's all you got to do. Unless they pulled you over for suspicion of like a traffic violation.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. So what was the reason for them even having?
They're doing a DUI checkpoint, and what they can do is they can pull you over, and if you voluntarily engage with them,
then it's over. Then.
it's over with. Yeah, but you don't have to voluntarily engage
So
with them.
basically, I could have just pulled up and not said nothing, and they just told me to go on.
Yep, they have to. Yeah, there's nothing unless they see you driving in a way that appears to be intoxicated. So they have you blowing a PBT? Okay. You good? All right, yeah. I saw the one test that looked like you passed really clearly. I used to be a cop, and I actually worked on a DUI task force, but I hate checkpoints because it's a waste of resource. You've got 14 cops out here, and they may or may not get anybody. But that's a
that dude run through here. He
yeah.
just sped off through there to like challenge. I thought they was gonna go after him.
There's really not a whole lot they can do, but checkpoints are a waste of resources.
A lot more assistive what
yeah.
they be
So
doing out here in the streets.
watch the way people drive, and if they're driving inappropriately, pull them over, and that's how you get DUIs. I had 5 of them in one shift before, so I know what I used to be. But this idea of DUI test point where you're inconveniencing good citizens.
Yeah, you're right.
This is it's bad. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But Supreme Court says they can do it, but they also say you don't have to cooperate. You just have to pull over. You don't have to roll it down your window. You don't have to talk to them. Don't have to answer their questions. You don't have to show them ID unless they have particularized, reasonable suspicion of you committing a violation.
I'll do it.
Yeah. So like if they see you, turning wrong or running a stop sign, well then you're at their mercy at that point. Oh, we're done. We're just having a little bit of free speech opportunity here. I'm live streaming on YouTube. Indie News on the Street. Check it out.
Okay, Indie News on the Street. Check it out. That's you?
On YouTube. Yep.
All right, I got you covered.
Yeah. I've been off of the YouTube for a little while, but I'm starting to get back on again. We got about 17,000 subscribers.
They're just letting cars pass through certain ones they want, and they just pick who they want to pull over.
Mm-hmm.
So what is about the license? I mean, you got the seatbelt on?
I don't know. I don't know what their criteria is.
It looks good. It's just a stopping a couple. A couple goes through.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's a little mad.
Well, her signaling was not really clear. She needs to be more clear with her signals. Now she's getting it up in the air. See, when they're signaling down that they're below their waist, that's not good. Now she's getting it up in the air.
Now she has no signal, so they don't know.
Okay, so now they're stretching something across the road again. I'm stretching it. What the heck is that all about?
Man, I gotta go.
Oh, all right, man. Well, hey, I'm Barry.
All right, nice to meet you, girl. I appreciate it. Appreciate the intel.
All right, man. Check me out on YouTube.
All right, I got you covered. You said
Indie News on the Street.
Indie News on the Street.
I usually have some cars with me, but I didn't today. This is kind of an impromptu stop.
Okay.
So.
All right, I'll make sure I keep you in notice, man.
All right, man.
Indie News on the Street. You listen, you catch a little bit of everything?
Yeah. It's you can go back and look at some of my older videos. They've already got cuffs on this guy.
They did me like that.
Yeah.
They did me like that too.
Yeah.
Put cuffs on me.
I've seen 2 people with cuffs on.
Yeah.
You and him. I wonder what is it to like about both of you?
I mean, I had a little.
I did.
Yeah, a little.
But how'd they know that? How'd they know that?
It was sitting on my lap. I meant to throw it out. It wasn't even mine. Like I said, I ain't missing. You know what I mean?
That old plain sight. Yeah, that'll get you. But they, yeah, Marion County, they won't prosecute
Yeah,
for.
he said, because I mean, what number was one?
Yeah.
Like I told him,
Yeah.
I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to run and hide or nothing.
Yeah.
Just gotta add it on my damn lap. I wouldn't even think about it. I should have threw it out the window. That's what I meant to do.
So she is. She's well, now she's out again. She keeps going back and forth between waving like she ought to, and then every time once in a while she'll wave down below her waist, like we're supposed people are supposed to see that. She needs to go back to the academy and learn how that works. Here's a proper way of directing traffic. Down below your waist isn't it? Because the gal down here, she's over there trying to wave people like this. Well, you do it up here where they can see you.
Yeah, where they can see you. They can't see it down there.
Yeah. That gets confusing when you're just kind of waving around any old way. I don't know what you're.
Like you'll be a reasonable.
I try to be.
You don't go above the law too much.
No, not at all. I didn't when I was a cop, and I don't now. You know, I don't put up with it.
I mean, if you think about it, you know, if they really want to be technical, everybody's pulling through here. It seems like they go to work. The person who's supposed to go after was the person who took out through here.
Yeah.
You didn't pursue him.
Yeah.
That was the only person that, you know what I mean? That's a criminal.
Yeah. Oh man. See, you know, this guy, he's just sitting there. They got both windows open. If you ever open up a window, only open up the one. Don't ever open up twice, no matter what they ask you. You don't have to open up both windows for them. There was a case, I don't know which state it was out of, but they claimed to have smell the odor of marijuana in the car, but it only opened up one window. Well, that odor doesn't just go out unless there's a cross breeze pushing it out. And so the officer acknowledged that they had not done that, and he had violated, unlawfully had entered into the car in order to smell it. He stuck his head in the window, and so he got thrown out. Yeah. So don't open up both windows. Don't get that cross breeze going. Just a guy having fun here. All right. That's good seeing you. Yeah, thank you for that comment. As Good Luck America would say, here's one of those ponytail cops. Another funny channel to watch is Good Luck America, as he's a former cop and he's pretty funny. Yeah, here's a hardened criminal that they stopped. Grandma, probably great grandma or somebody.
So they're gonna start doing this a lot.
I don't know. They do this from time to time. I've not been able to figure out the pattern as to when they do it.
They're taking the inside streets. You told me that. They're taking inside streets, man.
Yeah.
Inside streets always. They tell you when you get over. Never ride the main street, man. Always ride the neighborhoods.
Yeah. Okay, so she's going to take the cuffs off of him, it looks like.
He ain't do nothing.
He's got both windows down.
It's hard for me, man. It was already blessing me about letting me keep my truck. Please, just let me go.
Oh, he didn't tell you can go?
Nah, yeah, I can't drive off now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have a license.
Oh, okay. You got somebody on their way?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Well, that's good. They didn't hook you up for, they write you a ticket for no license?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. At least they didn't hook you up and tow your car and all that.
Yeah, I ain't worried about all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all good. Ain't the end of the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just driving on suspended. What more can they do to me, you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately, they can actually arrest you, but you know,
Yeah, they
but
can.
glad they
I mean,
didn't.
They
Yeah,
can put me in jail, but how long? You know, I'm
Yeah.
driving on suspended. I'm not worried
yeah,
about that.
yeah. It's not like
Like I
you're
told him, it ain't like it ain't,
not like you're
it
gonna
ain't-
spend years in there or
it ain't
anything.
like I got a bird or something, or they
Right.
have a bird on me now. It'd have been a little bit more than that. You'd have been
Yeah.
looking at the paperwork. I'd have been waiting on the paddy wagon.
Yeah.
And everything else. So, yeah. I'm too old for all that, man. I'm going to work and going home, man. My son spent my money up on B-Bucks, man. That's what
Yeah.
I'm worried about.
Yeah, this is a revenue enhancement zone here. Yeah, Chris Smith, you're right. They do this to increase revenue. It's a revenue enhancement zone. It's a property tax reduction zone. They raise money this way, I don't have to raise any property taxes.
What I don't get though is
Using your hand to
they
say
acting like they acting over the license or whatever, but they just passed a law in the
yeah, they're
state.
using their hands to signal instead of actual device.
Yeah, this guy's
Sometimes they
yeah.
switch it up whenever they
Yeah.
want to.
At least he's got his high vis gloves on, but he was going from under his waist. He needs to.
Yeah, it's gone from his waist to maybe up to his elbow.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get them doing that again. We can watch how they're doing it. Seems like every time I put the camera over there, then they change
You
it.
able to see the high vis with the sun.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the drivers have the sun to their back,
Yeah.
so they should be able to see it. But yeah, see now he's using that flag device down low. Now he's up high again. There, that low motion there. He needs to do that up high where they can see it and tell what he's doing. I mean, you know, for all somebody looking at that, for all they know, he's just scratching his balls. You know, he's just waving that thing down there low like that. He might just be scratching his balls. Am I right? I said he's just waving that thing down low like this. He might just be scratching his balls. You know, he's signaling somebody to do something.
Son, he ain't even flagging nobody down.
Most of these people, they're processing through here pretty quick. Yeah, that was an intimidation move. I wonder if there's a language barrier because she keeps having to read stuff on the phone.
What?
Looks like I'm stopping every car now.
I've been out here working the afternoon.
Oh, he's been out here working so hard. Oh, this is a stop stick thing they've got here in case somebody tries to go through there. They can activate that, and you see it right there. And they can activate that, and it'll flatten their tires as they drive over it. Well, guys, I think everybody knows what's out here now. I think we're gonna take off unless we see something exciting happen on our way out to the car.
All righty.
All right, man. It's good to see you. Any
Nice
news on the
meeting you
street?
too.
Check it out, man.
All righty. I got you.
All right.
Have a good one. Be safe.
You too. Hold just a second. Wait just a second. So it looks like they're letting that guy go. Reality is he didn't really commit a crime. He was just a victim of a poor attempt at signaling what to do. And they want to blame it on him because, you know, cops can't make mistakes. They can't do anything wrong. It's always somebody else's fault. Here's what it is. Slow day at the DUI checkpoint with all those officers out there. Nice use of our resources. Yeah, it's good to know that the city doesn't have any financial trouble. All right, well, that, guys, this is any news on the street out. I may go live if we run into something else interesting. Have a good one.